manage in the file, and you can encrypt, and you can implement something program to access such a data. That's it. That's much convenient and cheaper and secure. Okay, so not always database management system is the best solution, better solution. No, not always. Okay, so you need to keep your mind. So the left-hand side. This is the chapter 3. You need a chapter 7. So this is the designing process. We already did the left-hand side in our program language and software engineering class. In addition to that, we have this one, the database design process. However, as you can see, they are interactive. They are connected. So many of the people only focus on the database design. No, your database design should be based on also functional analysis. What kind of function we have and how the user access the data, which means your UML diagram or use case modeling is much more important. Okay? Then, based on such a modeling and design, you can design your database. Depending on your use case modeling, your database may be changing. Okay? Anyway, our database should support such a use case modeling. So, they are interactive. In project A, you need to follow such a step and designing process. So, first, we are going to start from physical modeling or logical modeling. Low-level modeling or high-level modeling? High-level. Which means we don't need any knowledge on computer. Database, no. Only this one can be done by non-computer science. Even I believe the student from the business may be better than us. Why? Because they know about the business logic or money flow. That is the requirement. So based on that requirement, we are going to design high level. High level design, we use ER modeling. There are a bunch of other modeling techniques like the UML modeling, use case modeling, object-oriented modeling, hierarchical modeling. Among them, we decide to use ER modeling, entity relationship model. Okay? So, entity relationship model, first we need to know what is an entity. What is an entity? Entity is the thing. It's an existing thing. For example, here, if I design my classroom by using ER modeling, entity, student, another entity, class, the professor, another entity, pen, the stationery, for example, stationery, okay? Something like that. It's an existing thing. That is the entity. Why don't you take a look at the first requirement, second page. Requirement, collection, and analysis is a company database. So suppose that there is a customer who is asking to design the company database. Then he or she mentioned about this requirement. Please, my company is organized into department. Each department has a name, number, and the employee who manage the department. We keep track of the start date of the department manager. A department may be several locations. Then second bullet, each department control a number of a project. Each project has a unique name, unique number, and located at a single location. We store each employee's social security number, address, salary, sex, and birthday, and the 3 sub-bullets. And the last bullet, each employee may have a number of dependents. Okay, this is the request. It's a request by the customer. You are going to design based on this requirement. forget about any knowledge about the company that you have so far. Your design should be based on customer requirement. If this one says there is only one department, yes, it's one department. If this one says the many department is many department, no matter what experience you have. That sometimes they make the bad, wrong, the design. So, entity, how many entity can you find? Any example of the entity from this requirement? For example, department, yes? That can be. What about the company itself?
No.
There might be only one company. Do we need to manage the company? There's no other. This one is the description about the company. So may not. Many of the students actually create. Really. So department. Employee? Yes. Project? Yes. Department manager?
No, it's not.
That's the controversial. What about the department manager? If department manager are very, very critical and very important, there are a lot of function use case to access the department manager. I believe department manager can be separate entity. But here is just to mention department manager, which means it can be part of employee. Also, it can be part of department. Right? So that is the reason somebody already realized it's not capitalized letter, only capital letter. So mentioned is an entity. So we can have 1, 2, 3, 4 entities. However, it is true. We can have different database model. This is just general. So we have an employee, we have a department, we have project, we have dependent. These are the entity. Actually, this is the entity type. I will explain the next class. Then we will use for the notation rectangle. We can make the rectangle for such an entity. One more thing, last thing. For each entity, to explain about the employee, what kind of information are related to this employee? It has, we store each employee, social security number, and address, salary, sex, and birthday, EOB. If you can find such information, that is called attribute. Attribute, you can circle, then connect to the relevant entity. You can do this one, this one, this one by next class using this, the handout. Okay? You don't have to submit, just for your after review the today's class. Why don't you fill out the more attribute for this, this. Okay? Then we can continue to the next step. ER modeling, as you can guess, it's very, very straightforward, easy, and very powerful. Okay, so we will talk about the rest of the step of the ER modeling, and also we will talk about the extended. What is extended? We will see. Okay, any questions? Okay, thank you.